Yeah, mic testing, mic testing. Mic testing. A little bit, everyone who's being tuned, thank you very much. We are starting this kind of the video one-on-one. We have Man Faida here. Introduce yourself, because I've been introducing you to the YouTube channel here.
Yes.
And now you know how to introduce yourself. Yes. Introduce yourself.
How are you? Good evening, good morning.
Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. I moved from here home to Gintu. When I finished my work here, I got Nyabuhanse.
No, I've not reached it there.
Yes.
Already he has gone. Already, you know, it's like on your marks, red, set, ready, go. Pew. So he's already on the way going. So he's already orienting to understand what's really coming out. Yeah. So guys, I've been telling you, and there's a time I uploaded much of the video, and I told you that Davy Jr. had hit one of the ladies in Nyabuhanse terribly until the lady feasted on herself.
Yes.
And even pee on herself.
Yes.
And she was wearing a red skirt. And she was being held, and that kind of the person who was holding her, who was holding her, you are the one, eh?
Yes.
Because I saw that kind of the video, and it was so traumatizing, and I had to find Mr. Faida, so he can just tell us, how did it find that his own daughter was hit like a cherry drum, and which kind of the report has he taken, or which kind of a step has he taken to make sure that this kind of an absolute injustice is catered for. So today is today. Keep it tuned, keep it locked, because much of the things are going to be coming right now, because the video is already here.
Yes.
I don't know if you can see it. You can see, you can hear the soprano. You can hear it, eh? You can hear it. You can hear it, eh?
Yes.
So tell us about it. I hear your wife was there. Yes. Because I know her.
Yes.
Your wife was there. Yes. And you also, you were there.
Yes.
So how did it happen that your daughter got herself being hit like a cherry drum until she even excreted on herself and even pee on herself? What was the story? Tell us the story. It was on Wednesday. That's what you always remember.
Yes, I moved from Gintu here. Work. I was finished the work here.
Of the bricking,
The bricking.
So
now I go until home. I take my clothes. I take the food there down in Nyabuhanse.
Tailor.
Up in the tailor. Yes. Now I stand there. They finished for me. I say, you know, I like that porridge.
Porridge.
Yeah, porridge.
So you have to go. It was now in the evening.
Yes.
Around 4 in the evening.
It may go to my.
You know, or your wife.
Yeah, my wife.
Your wife do the porridge.
They do the porridge.
What's the work of your wife, man?
My wife,
your wife work?
My wife work in the hotel.
Oh, is in the hotel.
Yes.
So she's
neighbor.
She's now neighbor to Davy Jr.'s construction site.
Yes.
Even much of the people are eating there during the construction.
Yes.
And she was the one who was serving much of the people there.
Yes.
And now your wife, you went there because in the evening, here in the Courier Line, we have this kind of the courtesy of men. Whenever it reaches in the evening, we go and take some porridge.
Yes.
So in the evening at 4, and using some peanuts, ground nuts, much of the people know them. So they can just boost your immune system, give you much of the proteinous nature, and make sure that you can just be strong enough. And you understand, whenever I talk about strong enough, where you are just going to hinge much of your energy.
Now that time I'm drinking there in the hotel. And I found why is my daughter? It's Sharin. No, Sarah.
She's called?
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yes. Why? Find him. It's not that boy come with a car, pass there, and then he come here.
He parked.
He say, a thief is moving near firewood. Now we found he chased that children touch him here. Whoa, we go until that. You know, that girl, he was going to
To pee.
To pee, yes. Now we time him, they chased him, he chased him until down. Yes, they don't know what thing they want to do him. Yes.
No, to do her.
To do her.
So to this kind of the time.
Yes.
So when they catched her,
Yeah.
what happened to that kind of the particular moment?
Now they touch him, they then
They touched her.
They touched her. They say, "Nah, I'm touched you." We go to do that thing up there. I say yes. If he put in the
No, we have not reached at that point now. We're gonna be having, because I saw much of the people. Because when you see this kind of the video, people came. So at that particular moment,
Yes, people came
how
very-
sure and how did you see your daughter being caned or hit?
Yes.
Did you see that moment when David Jr. was hitting your
that thing? You see, they don't know down inside there. The baby come. The baby come. We come. Is crying
very hard,
and it's touching him this way.
So he came out with her,
yes.
touching her at the back.
Yes, now,
and meaning that now she was needing something and she was putting some fingers behind.
Here.
So like a gentleman, whenever you want to be arrested.
Yes. Now the children cry, and they ask the children,
So the children, whenever the child was crying, it means that much of the people came out
to see
what is happening, because she was crying. You know, we have different of cries.
Yes.
We have a cry of somebody is doing injustice to somebody.
Yes.
We have a cry of humiliated. We have a cry of maybe somebody has lost somebody. We have a cry, so many cries here. So there's a cry of knowing that there's something bad has happened.
They don't know him.
The cry that is always coming from inside, you can even see so you can understand that kind of a cry is something that it's assuring that says something is not safe.
The baby say that the baby say that he was touching him here, very
and pressing her at very tight.
Yes.
So at the waist here.
Yes.
So what was she pressing there?
Don't know.
Oh.
I don't know.
So she was about to burst they're called kidney.
Yes.
You know kidney they're here?
Yes.
So she's gonna be pressing the kidneys here.
Yes.
So she was pressing the lady.
Yes.
Very and humiliously.
Yes.
And the lady was crying. So how did they come out of that kind of the position?
Now they came that the people came. Many people came. Asked him what is happening.
What's the problem?
What's the problem?
The
junior say I was going to poo. Yes. Now he find what
was the problem with her now?
What was the problem? Me, I don't know. I don't take the firewood. I don't steal the firewood.
That's now your daughter.
Yes. Me, I going, daddy. Me, I was going to poo.
To pee.
Now that I hear somebody stop. Stand there. Now he's chasing. Now you know that inside there there was a hole.
Oh, there's a hole.
Yes, the toilet.
There's a hole. There's a toilet inside there.
Then you can go. You will see. This is a toilet. He ran. He passed us.
Very narrow.
Yes.
So there's a toilet inside there. Oh, so she went she went to help herself using the toilet that is under their construction.
Yes.
And that kind of the toilet, it's just public there.
Yes.
And when she just helped herself, she got that somebody is coming to catch her.
Yes.
And it was, how old is your daughter?
My old is 11.
11 years.
Yes.
And now she was pressed tightly at the waist here.
Yes.
And we don't know where specifically he was touching at that kind of the particular moment, because we cannot understand, because and when now they came outside there, people were asking that what has happening. So it's all about this. I have found this kind of the lady peeing at our toilet.
Yes.
So a problem is people peeing at somebody's toilet, which is absolutely stupidical, whereby a person is just behaving like he has never went to such kind of a position. So now we go back to the point. So after that kind of an incident, now I heard much of the things he was talking about. Oh, I don't know. And how now you are the father.
Yes.
So you found that he's the one who is hitting your daughter.
Yes.
What did you do?
It sees taking inside to the car. It's running. Now I use my common sense. Wait, may go to the
police. Before there, when there was a match of people talking there, I heard you talking about, there's this kind of the video, because it has much of the talking. I can just synthesize. Come closer. Because here, there's a talk between Davy Jr. and your wife.
Yes.
So what were they talking about?
Eti mimi nawaambia mimi nawakataza kila siku sasa nimeshika mwizi. Yes.
So he has got a thief.
Yes.
So the thief is your daughter.
Yes.
So at this particular moment, we have another video here. So you can tell us what is he talking. So there's something that he's talking about right now. He doesn't want any kind of a joke with anyone in Nyaboanse.
Yes.
So specifically, it was you also.
Sitaki mchezo. Sitaki mchezo na vitu vyangu.
And according to you, and again, I heard that he was talking about no one will ever construct a house like the way he is constructing.
He tell me that his father tell me, you have never built this house. I say now you have money, me I don't have money. You are started to tell me you have never been. That is house now. You want to do my daughter that your house grow.
So the fact is one.
Yes.
So it means that they were now talking about you don't have anything.
Yeah, you don't have anything.
The way you are, like you don't have money, and you cannot build such kind of a house.
Yes.
What's your daughter going to do there?
Yes.
So it's like now it's like humiliation.
Yes.
You'll never construct such kind of a house.
I have never built that house.
You can never build like that kind of a house.
Yeah.
So when now we are back to this kind of the position, now we are talking about now you came out of that kind of an area.
Yes.
Now you went to the police station.
I go to the police station. I see I've already go in.
So when you reached there, Davy Jr. had already gone there.
Yes, already go. Now I'm going. They are talking with that officer.
Oh, you went when they are talking with the officer.
I'm saying is doing it this way. They don't know the word.
So it was money.
Yes.
So it means that much of the people being lured with money, so they can just talk about this kind of the case gonna be hand, but let it not go anywhere.
Yes.
So to the real fact about this kind of the time, why couldn't you call me? Because I understand how this kind of the strategic thing could just go, because it was injustice and humiliation.
Now that time we was I don't
the thinking was capacity was eluded.
Yes. Now people that will come.
Now even your brain is now calculating where next. Yes. I understand. So to the risk fantastic. So but did you report the case?
I reported it.
What was the matter? What did they talk about? Tell us. What were the police talking about?
The police say that way. The police say, you know, don't do that thing. You know that guy, these people they're going to take you up there. So
up there is Sirari police station.
Yes, you know that jokes you are doing with these people, things for people. That police tell me many things.
Many things.
As that boy tell that he called his father. Come, daddy, I have taken a thief. I have get a thief. Daddy come. He's all to see me this way. He said, wow, ni wow. How I say now you know me. I'm working. My things is to work until evening. Yeah. Now things I'm not going to thief. It's a children go there.
Yeah, it's not you.
It's not me.
Yeah.
Now yeah, things you are telling me, you know that garama ya ile nyumba.
Oh, do you know the cost of that house?
That house.
Yeah.
Yes. Now I hear about this now.
Yeah.
I hear about. Yes. So it's that way.
So guys, we are back to this kind of decision. The camera was too hot. So back to Mr. Faida.
Yes.
You are saying that when you reach at the police station, you got that now Davy Jr. called the conduct and told him that, oh, I have got a thief, come.
Yes.
So the conduct came.
Yes,
and when he reached at the point, he said that?
He said that
can you do with me a case?
Yes.
You are a very small child.
Yeah, you are a small child. Yes,
now you, not even your son, not your daughter.
Me.
Now you.
Yes.
So it's just that kind of a humiliation of they have money and you have maybe things that will not even enrich to them. That you cannot compare you and them.
Yes.
So you cannot do with me a case. It means that they're just humiliating that a fighter here can never make any kind of a case with them. The good thing is they're just intimidating him, and that's what I'm just telling him. They were just intimidating him so as he can just talk about, okay, they have money money. So that is what a failure is coming from, whereby a person can come and intimidate you that, oh, do you think that you can have money like me? And you think about money is what people can eat outside here. So now you are told like that one. So already you are in the station. And now the police, did the police talk to you?
Police told me that you don't repeat to the child go to take the firewood. Me, I send
so they now converted it now. The child went to steal the firewood.
Yes.
And at that particular moment,
I have taken the children ya kumwagilia maji hivi kumpanguza. Eti kumwagia maji eti alikuwa nimeanguka mesilai.
So I don't understand.
Yes, walimwagilia eti mimi nilimwagilia maji eti niende kwa station. Eti alikuwa na
oh, they now converted it back that she fall down. Now you just poured her with the water so she can be wet and now go and report at the station. But the real fact is she came while she had already diarrhea for herself. Huh? So pathetic. So pathetic. And these are the people talking about legacy. Where is the legacy right now?
We go with the George. We go with the George. Well, two people. They say, George, you go away, move here, go away. Nini wezi toka. George, we were with George.
So that is now at the failure, and that's how they now thrown you into imbroglio. So right now, how is your daughter?
My daughter is at home.
Which class? Which grade?
Grade 3.
Grade 3.
Yes. But he's saying he's hearing here bad.
At the west?
Yeah, the west, that thing, I don't know, he was still... And he's hearing here bad. When he's hearing...
Just bending a little bit? He's talking about something bad. So it means that they scrambled her in a way that things were not okay. So that's a total failure with this kind of the people. And they think about they have money, something small. I don't know why a human being, whenever you find that God has even given you a small opportunity, you are thinking about you're going to be a demigod. I don't know why. It's just a character that much of the people are portrayed with such kind of the themes in Nyabohanse. And maybe one day I'm going to be coming with a telenovela of making sure that the scripture is going to be written, because we have so many characters that we can even develop a set book.
That boy tell me, umejileta mwenyewe, umenifata, unanijua. Umejileta mwenyewe. Ona askari, ona amejileta mwenyewe.
So they were now trying to intimidate with the police that you have gone there, you alone, and you are going to intimidate them. Yet they are in the police station. God have favor to much of the people who are not having, and give them the opportunity so they can just have them once upon a time. Because what is now becoming a problem is somebody has, another person has. Maybe the time has not reached. Much of the people always tell is, look at the Jamaican uncle. Nobody knew that in his 60s and 70s, he will ever come to open a YouTube channel. Where was he in his early stages? Look at Mr. Sesimbogo. No one could just arrive that you could just come to Africa in his 70s and open a YouTube channel also. So you can never know his time is coming at which particular moment, which is becoming a soft failure into much of the human beings who are just from Nyabohanse, which is are going to be taking the position. And you just relax, because now you have come to the real G. He's the one who's just making here much of the bricks here. And he's the one, man, Faida, you understand him. We have worked with him since last year, from November. I'll talk about from last year, October. Till to date, he's just working for me. So he's a person, and it might be that they have, because whenever you were there in Mogesi's position, they were checking you doing much of the things there. So maybe they understand that you are part of our team. Now they want to intimidate you too. So the fact is, Gintu is taking over the game. And I know they're going to be listening to this kind of the video. Be tuned, because Gintu is part of the program, and you understand who I am. I'm going to be making sure that everything is so fantastic, and we're going to be solidizing it charifragistically well, so everything going to be coming to you. So feel comfortable, bro. And don't hit your heart properly. Just, this is called malimwengu, which we call these are the things of the world. They come, you keep them, they will go, and they will vanish. Yet the good thing is, even if it's this way, that the people who will dig your grave the way he is, nobody will ever come with a limousine and park. Nobody will come with a Lamborghini and park and talk about they want to dig your own grave. They are the people who think about they are nothing to the economy, they are nothing to the ecosystem. They are the people who will ever bury you. And they're just checking how the character is. Understand? Tomorrow is another day. You have to evolve and understand what's going to be coming tomorrow. Because nobody knows whether you are a demigod of the village.
I want to say this way. They remember that girl. They remember him.
They remember her.
Yes, they remember that my
Girl.
children. Yes.
So they remember her how?
They remember him. That thing is hearing here bad. You can
So the good thing is I'm going to be coming to check on her. And maybe you be going to town?
now.
Or I'm going to be checking on her so I can just have a little talk and I can just understand. Or go take her to the hospital right now. Go to Nyabuhanse Medical Hospital. Huh? Then whenever you get there, tell them to assess her, write the report, call me. Then I'll pay the bills. No problem. I'll pay the bills. Yeah.
You know that
Today.
that I'm not paid that they are prepared.
No, it's not a problem. You just tell them to write a report, not a B3, a report about what is she fearing and how is he hearing, and so as you can just know what is really happening. Even if it's treatment, I'm going to be part of the program. I'm going to help you, man. No problem about that one. So keep it on, keep it locked. Let me check to the G Castle what's coming on at this fantastic moment right now. Exactly. So keep it tuned, guys. This is so humiliating and very injustice. We talk about a cry of justice to girl child. Faida edition, loading right now. Hello, beautiful people. The engineer G today. I'm there today making sure that everything is coming to you live one-on-one. And wherever you are, thank you very much for you being locked today. Even I'm just looking characteristically good so as this kind of the work gonna be continued and this kind of the fabulastic way so they can just make it happen. And today is today. Tomorrow gonna be another day. Exactly. And this is how we just formulate this kind of the day. And much of the work is still ongoing. We have the first top mason here. We have the second top notch there. We have another gentleman from there. Hey. Hi. Hi. How are you, man? Everything is good? Fantastic. So here, guys, the work is continuing as analyzed, and we have to make sure that everything is just getting to the brim point. We have much of the top handman. We have another handman at the far end. Hey, hi, man. What's up, man? Fantastic. How are you, man? Everything is good? Exactly. I have the other top handman here. How are you, man?
Yeah, I'm very fine.
Everything is good? Exactly. Humanity already restored to make sure that everybody is saying hi so they can just talk about, oh, Ginto has acknowledged their own effort to make sure that I have identified their position is granted. At this kind of the fantastic module, I'm going to be starting this kind of the video talking about, thank you much everyone has been tuned and locked in. We have much of the fantastic ways to go because today we are in Cobraization and the guy is here to make sure that everything is coming out mess, which is so meticulous here. And you can even see from the top here now the G Castle is looking so awesome and very characteristically good. Hey, how are you?
I'm fine.
Hi. You look like a veteran. Do you know what is the name of those kind of veteran? Not a veterinary. Not a veteran. No, a veteran is a person, eh? From Vietnam. So is he looking like a person from Vietnam? You can even see today we have this kind of the helmets because we are hearing outside there anything can just happen at any time. So that's why we just out here to make sure that everything is coming to you live, which is one-on-one. We have Mr. Sigano here is making sure that he's serving the top mason with much of talk about the combination. It's called a bonding of.
This is not a top mason.
Is it?
It's a foreman.
No.
That's how
these are top mason. We have ordinary top mason and also we have the mason.
There's a day we did hear some
an identification.
Yeah. So he said he's the foreman and he's the top mason.
So and the other guy is now the mason. Now we have the engineer. Now it's called the top notch.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I don't know how you
So who is the
categorize
top
this.
handman right now?
Top handman. I'm the one controlling other top handman, like this one. I can tell him go home if he wrongs any time.
So you're the one who understands the handman, how everything is done.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And if even the mason jokes, he can go home also.
Okay, you deal with them perpendicularly.
Yeah.
So what is here is courtesy of work. And we have to make sure that everything is working so programmed and everything is so fantastic. So guys, even at this kind of the aquarium, we're going to be having here a fish pond that's going to be coming. So we have to plaster this kind of the section to make sure that whenever the talk about you're going to be drilled down so as you can have an ornamental fish pond going to be settled at this kind of the position, and it's going to be formulated very fantastic at this kind of the area, and everything going to be so awesome and so characteristically good. So at this kind of the fantastic module, we have another gentleman adopted, so I can just say about something here. Hey, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm Bob Marley. You can see now I'm finishing up here. Since yesterday I started from down the stair. So now today's climb up here to ensure that the G castle is looking well from far to this top here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So guys, this is the look of the G Castle right now, and it's now becoming so fantastic here, and you can even see how it's just right now it's looking so gorgeous and characteristically very fantastic and very awesome, meticulous. So this is the top piece of just doing this kind of the work here to make sure that every kind of the piece counts, every kind of the time counts, and even the money counts at the same time. This is the fantastic way we have to get forward, so they can just make sure that everything is coming out so fantastic. So the upper top mason are going to be reaching there, so you can just check to the top there. It's going to be a little bit finishing the plaster, and also yesterday we started you can call them the cobrarization, and which is really appearing up to this kind of the section up to the door, because we have finished from the far end. Talk about from the far end there, we have just finished about this kind of the cobrarization, all the windows here, and now we have just reached at the door. Now we are at this kind of the meticulous window, which is called a corner strip window, that's going to be now coming out at this kind of the position. Very awesome. So you can even see the look of it. So you're going to be formulating something like a sequoia here, and the people are going to be talking about, oh Ginto, I like such kind of a window, it's just looking here. So you're going to be giving much of the people the morale whenever they're going to be talking about, oh, I want to construct a house like Ginto's house, or I want a corner window. So this is the meticulous way. And guys, to the real fantastic way is we really appreciate much of the things that are all going, and we're going to be making things to happen at this kind of the particular moment. So I have much of the project to perform up to date, because much of the projects are ongoing. Talk about the toilet, we can call it a toilet construction, and already it's ongoing, very fantastic. So I'm going to be rushing to that kind of the position so I can just see what's really happening at that kind of the VUMA. So I see much of the cement here is being used meticulously here. Exactly. So this kind of the area could dry very quickly, and whenever the rain gonna be raining, it cannot affect it more fantastically here. So the good thing is, as far as you can even see this kind of an area how it is, so it means that it's gonna be drilled. This gonna be the end, and talk about the bottom level of this kind of the fish pond that's gonna be here. So this kind of the pipings here will be the ones that are draining. Talk about are filling in much of the water that's gonna be coming in at this kind of the fish pond. Talking about we're gonna be collecting much of the water from the deck, and they're going to be coming down through this kind of the piping, and they're the ones that are going to be used here in terms of crystal clear water that are going to be storing much of the fish at this kind of the section. So as far as everything is in concern at this kind of the chapter, we have much of the arrangements that we have just done to make sure that this area will be protected with a lot of water that's going to be installed here because of the fish pond. Much of the people are going to talk about, oh, into how will it occur, how will it be that we're going to be having much of the water now? It will just affect this kind of the area. No, because we're going to be having talk about it's going to be called a heavy gauge. They're called what? Heavy gauge materials. Like how are they called? This kind of the stuff here. Hey, this kind of the stuff. Is of the tank is A wire mesh, yeah. It's gonna be called a heavy gauge wire mesh because the name had gone far away. You understand sometimes if you're operating with them every time you can just understand why I mean it. So the heavy gauge wire mesh gonna be used and gonna be placed like some centimeters out of the wall, and you're gonna be coming like something far away from the wall a little bit, and you're gonna be concreted. So you're gonna be a boxway gonna be put here of timbers and plywood, so as they can just come up, and you're gonna be concreting this kind of an area until the far end or round, and also how this kind of the fish pond gonna be formulated. So it's gonna be a good design here, and you're gonna be collecting much of the water that's gonna be inlised here. So as you can just talk about things are getting so fantastic here. So that is the module that we're gonna be having at this kind of the section, and that's why you see much of the things are moving, and the G-Castle is moving. We are not stepping backward. Every time is forward always, and the arrow is pointing at forward. That is what we need at this kind of the particular moment, because we don't have any kind of a way to stop, because everyone is on duty and everything is just running so meticulously here. So as I just go to the top there, so I can just see what's really happening to the top, as you can just engage and know what's really happening to this kind of the fantastic way. I see much of the channel here again. Hey bro, make sure that you don't interfere with the pipe, eh? Yeah, we have the pipe that make sure that this kind of the manholes are conjugated, eh? Okay. So don't interfere with it, because it will bring a problem. Exactly. So they want to plaster, even this kind of the side had to be plastered, so you can just have a uniform area, so as this kind of the water will not have any kind of an effect. So we are controlling water, because we have not yet constructed this kind of the water underground water tank, and we have so much water that's coming from the G-Castle inside there, and much of them that just still coming inside there, because you can even see we have much of water at this kind of the hole. But the good thing is that we are controlling much of the erosion here, so as it cannot affect much of the G-Castle. That's why we are draining much of the water to go out of the G-Castle, not to interfere with the G-Castle how it is. So that's why you see outside here it's already plastered very well, and everything is just getting very fantastic. It's only this kind of the cobras here and smaller protruding stuffs here that can just be formulated very fantastic. We have another gentleman here. Hey, how are you, man? So today we have him here. Yesterday was the one who was putting some sand onto the tuk-tuk. Today we have him here. So thank you, Mo. Make it happen, eh? Yes. Exactly. So he's making a way here so the water cannot affect our wall here, because it has bring much of the chaotic to go down there. So as I go to the top, because I see the dogs here following me here, maybe they want a little bit space for me to give them. So the good thing is, let me get here, because even to the top here. Hey, Mose. Yeah. You are not washing, man. You have to use water to wash it, man. Yeah, I'll wash. Oh, you have to wash, eh? Yeah. Because I heard that you have to leave it the way you found it. Yeah, that is the legacy of the G-Castle, eh? Okay. Yeah, the more you come and get it, the way you will live and get and leave it the way it was, eh? Yeah. How is everything, man?
Everything is good.
You are now doing what here?
I'm just cleaning these sockets here.
Oh, sockets, eh? Yeah. So as they do not have much of the bulkiness, in terms of now, whenever they're going to be fixing much of the switch boxes there, and the switch, they're going to not have, or the sockets, they're going to be not having some problems, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly. So what's your name, man?
My name...
Give yourself a shout out, man. Yeah. Are you fearing?
No, I'm not fearing. Yeah, I also have a YouTube channel, and I go by the name Only Murimi.
Only Murimi.
Yeah, M-U-R-I-M-I.
Exactly.
Please visit my channel. Yeah. Subscribe, like and share. Exactly. Yeah, and I'll really appreciate it.
Fantastic. Yeah. So continue as the work continues here. Yeah. And we have another general here. And guys, it's now looking so gorgeous. Eh? So it's going to be now looking so califragistically good. So whenever we're going to be having talk about this space here, we're going to be now talk about now we're going to be colored, talk about painted, something like that one. So it's going to be looking so gorgeous and califragistically good. This kind of the moment. So what's now coming out? I have another gentleman here. How are you, man? Everything is good. Everything I see fine. The work is working.
The work is going. No one is letting all sitting. We are here to ensure that everything, the G-Castle is complete.
Exactly.
To handle it in time.
Exactly.
We are trying to use our all skills to ensure that
and
the
effort
and all knowledge.
Exactly.
Together with the engineer to ensure that the G-Castle is unique and it is different from other houses surrounding it.
Exactly. Yeah. So gonna be the gorgeous one. In fact, and totally different and gonna be so characteristically very fantastic in terms of this kind of the fantastic way. So guys, it's just a small a way of just understanding what's really happening at this kind of the grassroots, so I can just understand what's really happening at this kind of the particular time, and everything is just getting to you live, which is one-on-one, and this is the way forward we have here. So after you're gonna be having some sections here a little bit, so you're just moving, you're a little bit a bit to finish here. No. Then
you can see now I'm just put to apply here cement. The place has, you know, it is season, rain season.
Yeah, rain season.
Now the place have absorbed a lot of water, and it is
so it's wet. So for it to absorb quickly and dry out,
you have to put some dust of the
cement dust,
so that it can absorb that water.
Exactly, quickly.
Yes.
And make sure that the area going to be stuck, not having some cracks. Exactly. Now you are on the point. So this is what is just ongoing at the top of the G Castle, and everything is going as normal. They we have just analyzed them, and much of the people going to be asking about, oh, Gintu, is the G going to be getting very fantastic here? The G going to be so awesome at this kind of particular time. So this is what we need at this kind of the area, and we have to make it happen. This is the fantastic way ever possible. We need it to be and to have at this kind of the position. So let's get to know what's really happening to the grassroots again, to this kind of the fantastic areas down here. So I want to check about the bricks here, because I have too much the bricks at the other section, so as I can just understand what's really coming out from the bricks here. So guys, even I see there's a way here that has been created here, and it's for the water drainage system, because it was interfering with our kitchen here. So water was bulking at this kind of the position. You can even see the wetness of the water there, and it was just getting onto the way here. So we have the boys here making sure that these are the bricks that I'm just constructing the toilet there for those kind of the people. So I told them that I have the materials. They have to bring much of the boys to come and get them from me here, so they can just put them onto the road, so as a tuk-tuk can come and pick it here. So the kells here are now very mature, and everything is so fantastic. Firewood here is firewooding. Exactly. Oh, I see my mom, she's here. Hi, how are you? So you are fetching firewood? Exactly. So we are making sure that everything is so fantastic here. So I see Man Faida here, and we're going to be making sure that we are understanding what's really, and the Faida is having a project of bricklaying here. Hey. Mr. Faida, how are you?
Fine.
Everything is good? I see there's a breakage of water inside here. So how are you going to be doing so as that water cannot affect much of the bricks inside here?
Moving outside.
Or this kind of the firewood should remove and bulk some soil around there, so the water can get a way to get out. Yes. So it cannot affect much of the bricks. So guys, we arrange much of the bricks. We want to put, because our store here, it's full of bricks here. So we want to make sure that the other extra ones that are here, they should be placed where it's very dry and useful, so they can just get a space there. That's why they're just bulked there. So as far as everything is in concern at this kind of particular moment, we have so many bricks at this kind of the moment, and everything is getting so fantastic. Some of them, they are break fader. So we're going to be removing them from there, so you cannot count at them, because we are about to count. So you cannot give as much of the headache time whenever we're going to be getting to the house. You're going to be bringing much of the headache that, oh, they were this way, but you're going to be having a problem a little bit. So it has been raining cats and dogs. And that's why you see even this kind of area here, it's watery up to this kind of the point. And Mr. Faida had even gone for an off. And today he's here one-on-one. So we're going to be having 2 days. Yes. So we're going to be having a little bit of a conversation on to hear what's really coming out at this kind of particular time. And we're going to be telling much of the story, because we have much of the things to come. And we're going to be starting off this kind of the video as you had it at the first, or as you can just understand what's really coming on right now. So I was going to be putting this kind of the camera, this kind of the section, and everything going to be so fantastic as we engage to know what's really coming on right now. And this is the time for us to kick off the standard movement, the standard way of getting everything forward. Keep it tuned. And the maize are now developing more much, and now you can see the maize are now making so fantastic area here. So even they have just we can call it flowering, exactly, flowering, exactly, and everything is so awesome here. So the way we have to get forward, this is the way we have to get forward and make it happen. So guys, after this one, I'm gonna be getting to know what's really happening at the toilets that I'm just building for much of the people who are vulnerable at the village, and how is there any kind of a problem still I'm encountering. Much of the things are gonna be coming whenever I'm gonna be arriving at that kind of the section, so to understand what's really happening and what are the challenges that are faced at that particular moment, and what's really coming on from that kind of the section, so they can just know, am I going to continue with this kind of the work, or where are we going to be reaching, and how long, at which kind of the rate are we going, so as we can just make sure that the toilet is built a day or 2 days or 3 days, so as we can understand 3 days a toilet is finished, and how many days can it take somebody to drill a hole of a toilet, and how will it take, and how much does it take for somebody to do such kind of a work, because we have decided we're going to be getting into that kind of the position as much of the people going to be benefiting from Gintu. And I'm doing this kind of the courtesy because at the time, they will talk about, oh, Gintu, you understand, he was part of the YouTube. Oh, what did he do to the village here and here and here? I'm helping much of the vulnerable. I'm just talking about, I'll help until when it will reach at a time. We understand it will not be there every time. And I have to help where I can. But I cannot talk about, I will leave myself. I help as myself. I'm always helping myself. That's always, and also my home is helped. Very fantastic, so as we can just groove together as a team. So as far as the rainy season is too much, and we have too much of the rain right now, even drying over the bricks here. They have just been laid here for how long, Faida? Today is the Today is the 4th day, and today is just coming to open, so as they can just feel that kind of the coldness a little bit, so as they can just dry a little bit, because we have a problem of rain which is affecting much of the dryness of this kind of the bricks. That's why we are not continuing at a hole, because I understood when I told Mr. Faida, and he can just admit to it, that at the time I told them that I don't want it to go faster, that I want the bricks as fast as possible. No, I told them that I need the bricks, you just whenever you find the time, you just come and do, so as you can just get your own money. That's what I ever ran up to, so as I can just make it happen, because this is what I have just advertised for it, that I want it to be done small. But when I see the rainy season is again there, I talk about it's part of the program, so they can just be slowly by slowly. You understand, for them to come here, always we have to pay much of the money, and also to dry. If it could be so, talk about a dry season, it could be so fantastic for us to dry them very quickly, and they could have even finished 10,000. But to this kind of the time, still we have much of the bricks to be formulated. Already we are at 5,000. We are looking for 5,000 and more. So it means that we are looking for 4,000 and more. And this is the courtesy of It's Under Soginto. Let's make it happen. Let's go to the toilet foundation and see where we are. Guys, back to the section, and I told you they're gonna be arriving at this kind of the point, so you can just understand what's really coming on at this kind of the fantastic module, so you can just entail to understand how the area is ongoing, because I told you that the toilet has to reach in 2 days, so we are moving. Hi, how are you? Everything is good? Fundi, hi. Hello. Wow. Jambo Kenya. So guys, the section is now getting, and also the toilet is now moving. Very fantastic at this kind of the particular moment, and we are moving. So I talked about gonna be a 2-room, because it's gonna be very easy for us to go, because gonna be this is the toilet, and also gonna be having a showering area. So it's gonna be like a showering room here. It's very large enough to make sure that everything is so good. So even this one is very large enough to make sure that even a person can just make sure that his own problems are gonna be fixed at this kind of the moment very quickly. At this kind of the particular moment. So everything is going on good, and we are just striving to make it happen, because I talked about today is the 2nd day, because yesterday we just started here to make sure that they started the foundation, and also they put that kind of the slabbing. So today they had to make sure that they're just increasing, which is a brick laying at the first moment, and today gonna be reaching 7 feet on top, so make sure that you're gonna be fitting. And this kind of the water, it will not go to the other section, because of the road is just at the other way. So I think gonna be throwing much of the water to this kind of the front, and you're gonna be a little bit different from others, but you're gonna be making sure that it's gonna be handling something which is very, very useful here. And so as you cannot interfere with the road at the other side, because sometimes some of the trucks do pass and they can just interfere. They talk about this kind of the entry gonna be interfering with the people who might be passing there. Sometimes you can find that a truck is just whenever it's just moving, gonna be swaying each kind of the sides, so you can just hit onto this kind of the talk about the sheets that they're going to be placed here. So that is the way we want to make it happen, and this is the way forward for us to go. So this is the second day and we are just making it happen. So I see much of the boys here, they're making it happen because it's just making sure that the sand is mixed properly with a good ratio of cement. I think it's going to be so fantastic ratio here, and it's going to be working so properly. So if they're going to be having any kind of the failure, they're going to be checking on me, because the bricks are coming from my home there, to make sure that they're just coming to fill this kind of the space. And this is the way forward. And now going to be having talk about the end of this kind of the toilet going to be today, and we're just hurrying up before even the rain going to be raining here, because you see the clouds as they're already formulated. It means that the cloud theory is becoming something else here. So that is the way forward, and much of the things are going to be fixed at this kind of particular moment. So keep it tuned, because I talked about we have to help the community to grow. We have to help much of the people who don't have. Talk about the vulnerable. I do call them, and they're going to be achieving and even talking about this is the way forward, and they can just talk about they're even recognized into the society. So this is the way forward, and whoever is there supporting you, to thank you much for your support, and to make sure that we are just helping whoever has to be helped. And also the comment section, how it's going to be, and we are just giving the morale, because the morale, the one that's giving us and pressurizing us to make sure that even the toilet can come out very fantastic here. So it's now looking very fantastic, because you can even see the structure. It could not be, it's now looking at least gorgeous, and also it's looking fantastic, and it's now looking something like something good is just been done here. So I think we're going to be keep holding, and we're going to be staying for long, and to make sure that much of the people will be served at this particular moment very, very punctuality. So there's no much of risk again in terms of talking about some of the branches, some of the trees are just down, and they're just bringing much of the shenanigans and telenovela. So to the postcoms and the oscoms of the day, this is the way we have to get forward, but we have much of the things to do still, so they can just identify where the people who are just having such kind of the problems in terms of the toiletries, so they can just be helped and also be equipped with this kind of the structures and to their own responsible areas here. So hey bro, I see here it is becoming a corner, man.
Yeah.
Imetoka nje tena sana. Kuja huko. Angalia kutoka hapa. So we are trying to rectify much of the things here, so we can just make sure that everything is just going straight forward at this kind of the particular moment. And I'm going to be giving you much of the recaps on how everything is just done, at which kind of the particular moment, at which kind of the particular time, so as you can just make it happen. So I appreciate much of the people who have just done it to this kind of the fantastic way, and we are just talking about we have to get forward, and this is our legacy. So from that one, we talk about let us prevail, and salute to everyone, because today I'm the engineer intervening everything. So I have much of the work to do, because I'm always talking about jack of the all trades. So Gintu is the jack of the all trades, so you have to make it happen. So I've seen something useful here. I'm going to be going with them at home. So I like peppers. Somebody like peppers here? So I like peppers much. I do use them, but not in a large quantity. But I can use them so fantastic, because I like them too. Exactly. Wow, I don't know why some are black a little bit, but everything is so good. So guys, keep it tuned. Everything is so fantastic at this particular moment. And this is the end.